What is up, everybody? Hey, it is great to see you guys all tonight. Welcome to another edition of Make Every Second Count Live with me, your host and international award-winning Make Every Second Count speaker. Now, guys, I am so excited about tonight. I had to get a last-minute guest, and I am truly impressed by the last minute guest that I found because she is so awesome. I mean, this lady, well, I'll let her tell her story. But, uh, oh, now I forgot my train of thought. But you guys can please give us all kinds of thumbs up, hearts, frowny faces, cry faces. Heck, you can even get mad at us. I don't care. Just help us trick the algorithms on any of the social media networks that I'm on. And then don't forget to keep the comments coming. We love to have a conversation. We don't want to make a presentation. And if there's any way we can help you, that's what we're here for. So I also ask you if you would please share this episode out. Invite all the people in the world to watch it because this is going to be powerful. But with no further ado, I would like to bring to the stage Miss Laura. Oh, and I feel that I have to call her Miss because she has an English accent. So here is Miss Laura.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
Oh, I am fantastic. Seriously, I cannot believe I found such an awesome guest at such a last minute. And I am sincerely appreciative of everything that you have done. So, if you would like to go through a short introduction about yourself, I'm going to be inviting a few people on my phone. So, if I'm looking down, know that I am still paying attention. I am just busy at the second moment.
No problem. My name is Laura Helen from the 4hourauthor.com. We create best-selling authors while traveling the world with our two children. So we travel worldwide full-time with no base because we want to make life count.
You know, I'm sincerely impressed by Make Life Count because Make Life Count is basically what Make Every Second Count is supposed to be. All right, so I will go ahead and tell you a little bit about me. So, my background is when I was 17, I spent 2.5 months in a coma and 3.5 in the hospital after a severe car accident. They told me that I probably wouldn't walk again. And here I am now. And not only am I here, but I have traveled the world speaking to people, helping them to make every second count. And that is my mission now. I want to spread that everywhere I can. And probably haven't traveled as much as you, but if I could do that and share my message at the same time, I would be amazed. I would be mind blown. So, uh, so what I am saying is, I know that in life often puts things in our way. It tries to bring us down. It tries to hold us back in life. Has there been anything in your life that tried to hold you back from doing this and traveling? And is there anything that tried to put a fork in the road when you wanted to travel?
So our journey is a little bit crazy. When I was pregnant with my first, we heard about a little lady who was in a really bad way. So we put all we had into getting her home and making her safe and just keeping her in a safe space. Financially, this upside downed us. It completely financially We spent more than we ever thought we could ever earn, and we couldn't see a way out. Having the jobs, the house, the home, the cars, we just couldn't see a way out of the crazy debt we'd created, just trying to keep a little girl safe. So we thought, if there isn't a way, let's make one. Let's create one. I'm not going down like this. So we moved everything into suitcases, 4-bedroom house by the beach into 4 suitcases. When we started traveling, we were over £50,000, because I'm in England, in debt when we started traveling. We managed to pay it all off in 3 years whilst traveling the world with our 2 children.
Wow. So how exactly did you pay all this off while you were traveling? Because that is one of the biggest things to me. Not that I am in debt, but I'm just very curious of how you traveled the world like that with 2 kids and didn't spend more money than you were taking to pay off your debts.
So it's all a fun game. If you make life a game, then you can play it and change and adapt the rules. So we didn't have an income big enough to pay off our expenses, so we got rid of the expenses. We have no home, we have no base, we don't have all the bills that come with that. So we were able to absolutely downsize. We started in Airbnbs, because in Airbnb it's all one price plus food. Whereas when you have your own place, you've got the house, the mortgage, the rent, the electric, the gas, the water, the rates, you've got all this stuff to pay. Airbnb, it's one price. And then we discovered something even more incredible, and that was house sitting. We traveled the world for free. And the houses we stay in, we look like we are millionaires. The houses, the mansions, the pools, the tennis courts, some of them we pull up to, and my kids they just are crazy. They can't believe where we're living. And the experiences we're getting all around the world, and we're doing it with houses. So we were able to get out of debt because we eliminated all our bills whilst creating our income.
That is absolutely amazing. Such a good idea. I have to say, like, wow, I cannot believe that. So I need to say hi to my dad who's watching us. I'm so happy you are here, Dad. And hopefully you are taking note on this so we can possibly do this. So that is pretty awesome. So credibility homeless.
Creatively homeless.
Oh, creatively homeless. Is that your book?
It is. No bills, no home, no worries. It's how we escape debt and travel the world. So people think you have to be millionaires to go and live this lifestyle. We are living proof. There's creative ways to make it happen.
Wow, that is very cool. So, can I ask what is like how did you figure out that you could do this?
How did I figure out? So we played the game where we wrote down all our expenses.
Yeah.
And then we went on to Airbnb and thought, where could we live for less than this? And it turns out almost everywhere else. So we just started getting creative and playing with it. Even just on Airbnb, if you compare what you're making to what you're paying now. And then what we discovered is because everywhere else was so much cheaper, we didn't have to make so much money. So when we left our normal jobs and started creating work online, we didn't have to make that crazy high target we had before because our expenses had gone.
Wow.
So instead of paying thousands for the house and the cars and everything that I had going on, we pay $300 a month to be in a cabana on the beach in Costa Rica with a pool.
That sounds enticing.
Oh, it was awful. It was so hard living in the sun, drinking coconuts. Like, it was a game changer.
Yeah. So that sounds like it would be really hard. So, what is it like when you go back home now? I mean, how is it when you go there? Because do you get a Airbnb at your house or your home?
No, we still house sit.
Oh, really?
The UK is one of the most expensive places we find to stay. So we definitely house sit when we come to England.
Wow. How do you find these houses to house it?
There's all different websites, online communities, Facebook groups. There's so many out there. There's so
Wow.
much. I'll have to send you a copy. You'd have to send me your details. I'll send you a copy because it's all in there.
Wow.
There's different
That's
ways to school your children. There's different places to stay. There's different ways to find all these places to stay. All these incredible resources. If we knew these 8 years ago, it would have been so much easier.
yeah, it sounds like it. So how I take it your two kids still go with you, right?
Yeah, they were just 4 and 7 when we started traveling.
All right, and how old are they now?
11 and 15.
11 and 15. So they're still in school. How does that work out?
We don't get do school.
You don't do school.
We do world schooling, so they're immersed in cultures and languages and communities and different foods, different histories, different cultures. They get to, instead of being taught one way that history was, they get to learn all the different versions and come up with their own conclusions. So they're learning real life skills, real world knowledge from all different perspectives rather than just one.
Well, that is cool. That sounds like a great idea. We have Ben Bruce, who is a loyal fan of the show. He says hello, everyone. He is from Lagos, Nigeria. Have you ever gone to an African country?
We haven't yet. It's on the list.
Well, you should definitely check it out. I was in Kenya, and it's amazing. The safari is definitely worth your trip there. And then we have Kim Gillum Steele, or Kim Steele Gillum. However, it was Kim Gillum Steele, and now it's Kim Steele Gillum. But she is a pretty amazing person as well. She is a quadruple amputee, and she lives on her own. She drives on her own. She does pretty much everything. So that's pretty awesome. We also have David Black, who's watching us. He lives with his wife Isabel Camacho Black, and they live in Kansas City, Missouri. So it's pretty cool that everybody is watching tonight. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to hit that like button and hit all kinds of comments in there. Keep the comments flowing because we love that. So I have to ask, what what advice do you have for other people that are going through something at the present moment?
One step at a time, one day at a time. Focus on what you can be grateful for. Even if it's that you woke up, like it's just been the anniversary of my dad's loss.
Well, I'm
And every day I
sorry.
wake up, my little boy comes, I talk about him like he's little, he's 11 now. Our morning ritual is he comes and wakes me up and we go, woo, we get another day. So every day we appreciate the fact that we got to wake up because there's people fighting for breath, there's people fighting for life, and that they're not going to make it till tomorrow. Someone shared with me recently something really beautiful. If I offered you $1 billion, would you want it?
Well, that depends. What are the strings that
You can
come
only live
with
for
it?
one day.
No, I would not take it.
So you're telling me your life is worth more than $1 billion?
Yes.
Then why don't you wake up every day and celebrate like you are a billionaire who has won the lottery?
That is a great question, and each and every morning that I wake up, I reach down, I grab my phone. I don't check any notifications. I don't do anything like that. But I post to my Facebook. I am so thankful to be given today, and today is a great day. I do that before I receive anything besides waking up. Before I go out and experience anything, before I smell flowers, before I do anything, I'm appreciative. I'm thankful for waking up. And I find when I wake up that way and I'm appreciative of each and every second, or just the fact that I woke up, then I see more of that stuff that I'm appreciative of. And my whole day just is set up right because I started on the grateful foot.
Yeah.
That's all part of make every second count. And
We always find what we're looking for. So if we're looking for greatness, we're looking for joy, we're looking for happiness, we're going to find it. A coach said to me once, if you woke up tomorrow with what you were grateful for today, what would you wake up with?
everything.
But so many people don't, and they wouldn't, because everyone's focused on, oh, I'm going to be late. Oh, this has got to be done. Oh, I didn't get this. Oh, why me? So when you can shift that, you've clearly done it. You've had a crazy experience. You're now grateful for every day that your heart beats, which is magic. And then you've got to make it count. For me, making it count, I had children and I wanted to be there on purpose. I wanted to
Yeah.
purposely parent and be there every moment and enjoy every moment of my children, watching them grow, exploring, creating the world. Everyone has a different meaning for making it count. You need to find your reason to be grateful to wake up.
So what your reason is that you want to see your kids grow up?
I want to witness and help them be the best humans they can be by being my best human.
Yeah, that's great. We have Kim Gillum Steele or Kim Steele Gillum in the comments saying, I thank God for every day. A day that you make it. Whatever you put into the world is what you get back. I find that to be awesome too. Now, I know that there's a story that Dr. Wayne Dyer tells that when we're talking about looking for things and finding things, that he 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 lost his keys and his electric in his house went out, so he didn't have any lights in his house. So he was fumbling all around looking for his keys and he couldn't find them. But then he noticed he had an idea. He noticed that the street light was on. So he went out into the street and started looking around for his keys. And his neighbor even walked over to him and said, Wayne, what are you looking for? And Wayne says, I lost my keys. He said, oh, well, I'll help you look. So you had two people down there under the street, like fumbling around for keys. They couldn't find them. And after a while, the neighbor asked him, Wayne, where did you lose your keys? He said, well, I lost them in the house. And the neighbor's like, well, how are we ever going to find them out here under the street light? And that's what so many people do. That they look for things in the wrong places. They don't even look for things. They have no idea of what they're looking for. And when you do that, you're going to find things that don't matter, things that are not what you're looking for, and they're going to bring you down. They're going to affect you negatively. So I'm sorry, I got off on a tangent there, but I love that story. And you were talking about what you look for, you find, and I find that really cool. So, all right. Well, first of all, let me say hi to Robert Shallow from Indianapolis, Indiana. He says, good afternoon, all. And I think it is evening, Robert, but you're okay. And then Kim Steele Gillum said, what moment changed your life the most?
Oh, that's a good question. So we had the debt, which is why we started traveling, but we call it the week. We had a week where we had a wallet stolen, something got lost on an aeroplane, and we're traveling between 3 countries, and we ended up with one broken bank card. So we cleverly booked an Airbnb online with the last of the money that we could get without all our stuff. We got there, 2 tired kids, 11 o'clock at night, knocking on the door. And we finally got through to the Airbnb and they said, it's not live yet. We just wanted to see if anyone would book it. So the Airbnb we booked wasn't even a thing that was available. And we were left in French, middle of nowhere countryside with 2 children and nowhere to go. We were literally in the middle of nowhere. And we spent that night on the street. So from midnight, we snuggled them up. Mummy got busy. Mummy got really busy while they slept. And by morning, I'd made 6K and I'd discovered house sitting, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but house sitting changed the game for us because we no longer had to come up with rent, with payments for the hotels, for the Airbnb. It shifted everything for us because our business then wasn't quite making it as much as we wanted to. So it was one of my darkest moments. I absolutely broke. I felt like a failure as a mum, as a wife, as a business owner, everything. To have my kids sleep on my lap out in the cold, like snuggled up, was the hardest thing for me. But I find that every challenge becomes our greatest opportunity.
There's another thing that I say a lot, that in a challenge there is an opportunity. You just have to find it.
No matter how thin you slice it, there's always 2 sides. You just got to find that other side. So by the time my kids woke up, when they went to sleep, Mummy was broken and very upset. By the time they woke up, Mummy had sorted out accommodation forever and sorted out the money, sorted out the banks. I learned all these different things, how we could access cash without bank cards. Like I said, if I had my book back then, we would never have got into that situation. It was a week. But it shifted everything and changed the game for us. We then were able to travel further, faster, incredible places.
Yeah, that is amazing. So you're talking a lot about a book here. How can people get a hold of this book if they're looking to?
It is on Amazon. It's available on Amazon.
All right.
You just got to type in Creatively Homeless.
Creatively Homeless. I like that. That is such a catchy title. So I also saw on your website. Oh, here, wait. First of all, we have Kim saying that is so sad, and I'm sure so terribly terrifying. But look at how you took it and turned it around. God bless you. And then Kim agrees with me. She says such a great title. I love that title. Now, when I looked at your Facebook, it showed me that you do something for authors, and it's a 4-minute author. What can you explain that a little bit?
So it's the 4hourauthor.com,
Um,
because you can create all your book content in just 4 hours. We help people that have been through trauma or challenge or adversities, that have not only just made it and survived, they are now thriving and they're ready to put their hand back and reach and pull the next person through. That's where my heart is. That's where my passion is. That's what fills me up and keeps me going. And we don't want people to be stuck in a state of struggle and writer's block. And I'm not smart enough, and I don't have the time, and I don't have the money. So we've created it in a way where you speak your content to us. We turn it into an incredibly powerful business book that helps you propel what you do and how you do it and get your message into the hands of those that really need it.
Yeah. That
even my children write books.
That is so awesome. You know, I have a friend named Ken Rashawn that he goes by Dr. Smiley, and he has his 11-year-old son has like 14 books or something already written. And I'm
So
like,
can I brag about my babies? So when my daughter was 7, she created her first book. She now has 5 in 3 languages. And she's speaking on stages all around the world with people like Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuk, the guys from The Secret. She inspired her little brother when he was 4, and he started writing his book series. He's now 11 and won awards and has published 45 books.
45? All right, now I gotta stop bragging about Kenny.
That is incredible. I support any kiddies out there trying to make a difference.
Yeah, but 45 books, that is freaking nuts.
That is nuts. He keeps us busy.
Yeah, I understand that. That's really cool. Now we have Kim in the comments saying, "You have touched my soul. Keep doing the incredible work that you're doing." And then she said again that you have touched my soul. And then Robert Shallow says that is awesome. And Kim Gillum Steele says, "Keep doing the incredible work that you are doing." So
I feel like Kim has a story. I feel like Kim has a story and she's ready.
Yeah, well, Kim definitely has a story. You should definitely reach out to her, and Kim, reach out to Laura here. She's pretty amazing. So, is like, if somebody out there is thinking about doing this, what would be your number one tip? And you can say, "Get my book," because that is a valuable tool. I understand that. So if that is your number one tip,
It's a
then
number one tool, but it's not my number one tip.
all right. Well,
My
then
number
what
one
is
tip
your number one tip?
is have the courage. Be brave. When we got our suitcases and we're leaving, everyone was like, but what if it goes wrong? What if it fails? Then we start back where we were. It didn't. My kids have traveled the world and seen incredible things. They've been up in helicopters. They've been down the Grand Canyon. They've dived with sharks. They've held alligators. They've done all these incredible things. They've created book series together where they're teaching kids things not taught in school because mummy had the courage to chase her dream.
Yeah.
So it's have courage and be kind.
Courage.
You never know what someone else is going through.
Yeah, exactly. I thank you so much. And now, guys, let me tell you that she told me just before coming on air that she charges $5,000 to come on a show like this. And I'm like, well, I can't pay that. She's like, no, I just loved your message. And I find that to be awesome. This was a truly, truly, truly valuable show. And I want everybody out there to give us all kinds of likes, give us all kinds of comments, and don't forget to subscribe. And definitely don't forget to share this with your family. Show them that you have the courage to create change in your life. And then I need each and every one of you to do me a favor, including you, Laura, this week, next week, and for the rest of your life. I need you to make every second count. Why, you might ask? Because you never know when those seconds are going to run out on your one life. Thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate you. And thank you everybody that commented. And thank you to everybody who watched. Have a great night.